科学与宗教，精神世界的交汇之处。一、前言：两条路，一个终点。在人类追求真理的历史中，科学与宗教常被视作两条彼此独立甚至对立的道路。一者追求可验证的事实，致力于理解自然法则；另一者探索心灵深处的信仰、意义与终极存在。然而，在深入思考之后，我们会发现，这两者并非敌对，而是从不同角度回应同一个根本问题：我们是谁？我们从何而来？我们将往何处去？本文将从历史、哲学、科学发展、人类意识等多个维度探讨科学与宗教的张力、互动与可能的融合路径，揭示它们如何在精神世界的深处实现交汇，协助人类达成更完整的自我理解与宇宙认知。二、历史回顾：科学与宗教的千年纠葛。以宗教为先，古代文明的信仰基础。在史前与早期文明中，宗教是对未知世界的第一种解释方式。无论是古埃及的神奇系统、印度的婆罗门教、中华的天命观，还是中东地区的犹太教、基督教，他们都试图解答自然现象背后的意志与意义。二、科学的觉醒，理性之光的升起。文艺复兴与启蒙时代是科学独立发展的关键阶段。从哥白尼提出日心说，伽利略实验自由落体，牛顿建立经典力学体系，科学逐步摆脱宗教的教条，以理性验证为核心方法，走向独立发展。三、冲突的顶峰，宗教审判与科学革命。最著名的冲突莫过于伽利略因宣扬地动说而被宗教法庭审判。这一事件成为科学与宗教对立观点的象征。但实际上，即便在最激烈的时代，也存在众多宗教学者对科学予以支持，反之亦然。三、科学的疆界，理性何时触及神圣？一、从牛顿力学到爱因斯坦相对论，科学不断拓展边界，从简单的机械世界走向更深层的时空结构。爱因斯坦的相对论不仅重构了时间与空间的关系，也引发人们对宇宙起源的终极追问：是否存在一个初始动因？谁创造了这一切？二、量子力学，现实的迷宫。量子力学中的测不准原理、量子纠缠观察者效应等现象，动摇了人类对客观现实的信念。科学家赫然发现，在微观世界，意识竟可能影响结果。这仿佛将人类意识重新纳入宇宙的构造中。三、宇宙学的终极疑问。从宇宙大爆炸理论到多重宇宙假设，现代宇宙学已经触及形而上学的边界。当科学问为什么宇宙常数如此精确，刚好允许生命存在，便不再是技术问题，而是哲学乃至神学的议题。四、宗教的回响，信仰不是拒绝科学。一、宗教的本质，对意义的追问。宗教不等于迷信，它更关乎存在的意义、道德的规范与灵魂的归属。信仰并不排斥理性，而是超越理性之上的体验。二、宗教与科学家，不解之缘。众多著名科学家是虔诚信徒。牛顿晚年著有大量神学著作，认为自然法则正是上帝智慧的显现。爱因斯坦虽不信人格化上帝，但始终认为宇宙背后存在一种超越人类的理性与秩序，称之为宇宙宗教情怀。乔治·勒梅特，比利时神父，亦是宇宙大爆炸理论的提出者。三、当代宗教的自省与对话。许多现代宗教思想家开始反思宗教如何与科学对话。例如，天主教会在20世纪公开承认进化论并非与信仰矛盾。宗教不再抗拒科学，而是寻找新的解释框架，以接纳科学发现。五、意识之谜，科学走进宗教的领域。一、意识，科学的盲区。人类意识的本质是当代科学难以解释的难题。神经科学可以解释大脑机制，却无法回答主观体验如何产生。二、人工智能，灵魂的边界试探。AI 的发展带来了新挑战。当机器模仿思维，是否具备意识？若否，人的意识又来自何处？这是哲学、神学与科技的三方交汇。三、冥想与神秘经验，灵魂的科学探测器。冥想、灵性体验曾被视为主观幻觉，如今则越来越多被神经科学关注。通过 fMRI 观察禅修者的大脑状态， 科学尝试验证灵魂状态的客观性，宗教经验成为科学研究的新对象。6. 人类的未来，通往觉醒与和平之路。一危机中的回望，气候变化、核武威胁、人工智能失控，现代社会技术迅猛，却也危机重重。仅凭科学手段无法解决价值迷失的问题。这时，人类开始回望宗教的精神支撑。2. 精神文明的重建。若科学是工具，宗教是方向，二者缺一不可。科技应服务于人类精神的成长，而非反客为主。未来社会的理想图景，正是科技与信仰携手，建构一个兼具理性与慈悲的文明。3. 科学家宗教教育从分裂到整合，越来越多的教育体系鼓励学生同时接触科学与宗教，发展出全面而富有同理心的思维。这样的人不仅能开发人工智能，也能理解生命不可替代的价值。7. 结语：心灵与宇宙的双重觉醒。科学与宗教这两条看似分离的路径，其实正通向同一个高地——人类自我与宇宙真相的深刻理解。当我们不再执着于谁对谁错，而开始欣赏二者共同的指向，对生命的敬畏，对秩序的追寻，对真理的渴望，我们就能在人类文明最深的层次实现整合。正如印度诗人泰戈尔所言，当我的声音沉入沉默，我仿佛听见了宇宙的心跳。科学解读这心跳的频率，宗教感悟这心跳的意义，而我们作为时代的行者，正站在这交汇的路口。
Science and Religion, a Convergence of the Spiritual World. 1. Introduction. 2 Paths, 1 Destination. Throughout the evolution of human civilization, science and religion have often been portrayed as two distinct, even opposing, paths. One seeks to uncover the mechanisms of the universe through observation, experimentation, and logic. The other aims to discover meaning, purpose, and the ultimate source of existence through faith, revelation, and spiritual experience. Yet when examined through a deeper lens, science and religion are not mutually exclusive. Instead, they represent complementary approaches to understanding ourselves and the world around us. This essay explores the philosophical, historical, scientific, and metaphysical dimensions of science and religion, proposing that at their deepest levels, they intersect in the spiritual realm and guide humanity toward a more profound awakening. 2. Historical Perspectives. The Long Dance Between Faith and Reason. 2.1 Religion as Humanity's First Framework. In ancient civilizations, religion served as humanity's first attempt to explain the mysteries of life and nature. The gods of Mesopotamia, the cosmologies of ancient China, the pantheons of Egypt and Greece, each sought to bring order and meaning to an unpredictable world. These systems governed morality, social order, and the rhythms of life. 2.2 The Rise of Scientific Thinking. The scientific revolution of the 16th and 17th centuries marked a pivotal turning point. Figures like Copernicus, Galileo, Kepler, and Newton began to use empirical methods to understand natural laws. Science began to stand on its own, no longer merely the servant of theological doctrines. 2.3 Iconic Conflicts and Misconceptions. The Galileo affair is often cited as a symbol of the science-religion conflict. However, the reality was more nuanced. Many early scientists were devout believers who saw no contradiction between faith and reason. The tension often arose not from inherent opposition, but from institutional rigidity and misunderstanding. 3. The Expanding Horizon of Science. 3.1 From Newtonian mechanics to relativity and quantum physics. Classical physics gave humanity a deterministic view of the universe. But Einstein's theory of relativity and the development of quantum mechanics radically changed this view. Quantum phenomena such as wave-particle duality and entanglement introduced uncertainty and subjectivity into scientific models, raising profound philosophical questions. 3.2 Cosmology, the Origin of Everything. Modern cosmology has ventured into realms once thought purely theological. The Big Bang Theory, fine-tuning of universal constants, and the possibility of multiverses evoke questions about creation, design, and purpose, questions long addressed by religion. 3.3 The Science of Consciousness. Neuroscience and cognitive science seek to explain consciousness in material terms, yet they still grapple with the hard problem why and how subjective experience arises. This mystery has opened the door for philosophical and spiritual interpretations. 4. The enduring relevance of religion. 4.1 Religion as a source of meaning. Religion addresses questions that science often bypasses. Why do we suffer? What is our purpose? How should we live? These existential inquiries are essential to the human condition and remain central in religious traditions. 4.2 Great Scientists of Faith. Many of history's greatest scientific minds maintained spiritual beliefs. Isaac Newton devoted more time to theology than physics in his later years. Albert Einstein spoke of a cosmic religious feeling and saw science as a path to awe and humility. Georges Lemaitre, a Catholic priest, first proposed what became known as the Big Bang Theory. 4.3 Contemporary religious thought. Modern theologians increasingly embrace scientific insights. The Catholic Church, for example, has recognized evolution as compatible with faith. Dialogues between religious leaders and scientists aim to integrate their respective wisdoms. 5. Consciousness and the soul, where science meets spirit. 5.1 The Puzzle of Awareness. Despite advances in brain science, consciousness remains elusive. Functional explanations do not fully account for subjective awareness, qualia, or the sense of self. Could consciousness be fundamental, as some physicists and philosophers suggest? 5.2 Artificial intelligence and the question of the soul. As machines become more intelligent, we confront new questions. Can AI possess consciousness? If not, what distinguishes human awareness? These discussions bridge neuroscience, philosophy, ethics, and theology. 5.3 Meditation and mystical states. Spiritual practices such as meditation and prayer have measurable effects on the brain. Studies of monks and mystics show altered brain activity during deep spiritual states, suggesting a tangible interface between the spiritual and physical. 6. Crisis and awakening, a new path forward. 6.1 Modern dilemmas need spiritual solutions. Technological advances have brought prosperity but also existential risks: climate change, nuclear weapons, AI dominance, and moral decay. Rational solutions alone are insufficient. A moral and spiritual compass is needed. 6.2 Toward a spiritual science. Visionaries call for a synthesis, a science of the soul that values both empirical rigor and inner wisdom. Such a paradigm would honor the mystery of existence without discarding the clarity of observation. 6.3 Integrative education and global ethics. New educational models are emerging that integrate science, ethics, and spirituality. Institutions around the world are fostering dialogue between disciplines, cultivating a holistic worldview for future generations. 7. Science and religion need not be adversaries. When each is understood in its depth, they appear as two complementary languages, one describing the external cosmos, the other the inner universe. Together, they offer a more complete map of reality. As humanity stands at a crossroads of immense possibility and peril, the convergence of science and religion offers hope, not in uniformity, but in dialogue. By embracing both the clarity of science and the compassion of spirituality, we may illuminate not only the stars above, but also the soul within.